Hey, collective, it's Brandon Curtis at Entpgathering, Science and Spirituality meeting with a channeled message for my chosen ones and earth angels. I had a really interesting reading come through, which you see out on the table that I'd started earlier. I had to step away for an appointment. I snapped a photograph of the cards that came out because it's an important message for you all. So I hope you're doing well and are prepared for this message. I wouldn't call this a warning as much as a heads up message coming through from your higher self or your angels. And it's pretty powerful because you are collective, sitting in star energy. This is the energy that you're sitting in. And on top of that, by the way, this is card number 17, Aquarius energy. This is a card of hope. This is a card of, in this reading, healing. As the star card represents Isis, as it represents Venus, Aphrodite. On top, your challenge is card number 3, the Empress, which I found to be really surprising that it would be in the challenge position. With it being the challenge to your current position of the star card, the result of this is the Page of Pentacles. In your distant past, we have the Moon card, so the third major arcana card to come out thus far. In your recent past, King of Swords. And in your future, the Chariot card, the fourth card of the major, in this reading, coming from the major arcana. Here is you, being in the star energy with the challenge of the Empress energy. You are the planet Pluto, or card number 20 of the major arcana, and the fifth major arcana card to come out here with Judgment. The energy that you're giving off right now to this individual, or it could be a group of individuals, everyone in your life, is that of the Four of Wands, Aries energy. This is a card of celebration. This is a card of leadership and really stepping up into a place in the community where you're not only looked at as a leader, but also someone to be celebrated and to be celebrated with. The anxiety or fear from your current situation for you is Queen of Wands energy, which I found to be very interesting. And we'll talk about that. The end result of this reading for you, and I'm going to clarify using a couple of decks. The final result is the Fool card. This is Uranus energy. And depending on your take on the tarot, it's also Pluto. So we have, here's you, Judgment card, definitely Plutonian energy. And the result of this reading, or this energy, is the Fool card, which is my faith card. It's my hope card. And really following and feeling and moving with the energies of the universe. The Fool card is aptly named because I think, it truly is a combination of the planet Pluto and its energy, along with Uranus. Okay, so that's where we are, or that's where you are. Me too. So before I broke away, I'd gotten this far, and I asked for 2 cards of clarification of your current position, being the Star card. And what popped out is 9 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. Nines, of course, are the energy of a 9 is completion of the self. And here, because it comes as an answer to the question, please clarify, Star energy. This, the message I'm getting here is that you being a spiritual warrior and having completed many spiritual battles, both with the self and with others. The latter was coming through quite a bit in this reading and in the messages, meaning that you have been spiritually attacked for a very long time, and the cards that are coming out are indicating very strongly that because of all the spiritual attacks that you have defended yourself from, you have in each of those attacks learned a valuable lesson of strength, resilience, and also spiritual smarts, of how to foresee similar attacks from new people who enter your life. The 9 of Pentacles here indicates, and the message I received was, because so many people have been coming for you, and you've been successful at blocking their advances and their attacks, at the same time learning from their mistakes. The message I got from this was, all of those spiritual lessons have been hindering your own abundance. And in this case, it would be monetary. So what I'm hearing with you being the star and the planet Pluto, the card of judgment, the challenge of this Empress energy over your star card energy, which I value to be much more powerful than the Empress energy. Empress is card number 3. The star card is card number 17 along the major arcana and the hero's journey. The star literally is, sun energy, and it is that of Isis and healing energy. Why the Empress sits upon that energy as a challenge is because all the spiritual attacks and or the healing that you would give off during those attacks, because if you're a star, and you often sit in 9 of Wands energy, Sagittarius energy. I'm also hearing Temperance cards, so Earth Angel energy. You also give back. Not only are you learning your own lesson, but anybody who comes for you or came for you learns a lesson, and that is in star energy you give during that process, sometimes without even knowing it, and the challenge for you, chosen one, is to take all those lessons and start creating for yourself, start giving to yourself this Empress energy, rather than worrying too much when you are attacked, or worrying too much about letting people go who are after that star energy. especially if you've said goodbye to them and you feel energetically them trying to attach to your sacral or your solar plexus chakra, or even your root chakra, by gang stalking, by sending texts, or trying to continue the conversation when last you left it and it was, hey, I love you, I love me more, and it's time for this relationship for now to end, to separate. So we can both go away and pursue whatever the divine is wanting us to pursue, continue to heal, and maybe reflect on the relationship. But that reflection on the relationship for your counterpart, for the person you said goodbye to, is an obsession at this point, because you are in star energy with Empress energy. You have the Chariot, you have the Moon, and you certainly have Judgment, Plutonian energy, along with Uranus and Pluto in the Fool card. You are mega powerful right now. So the message coming through from the divine, from Spirit, is the result of this Empress energy challenging your star energy is a Page of Pentacle energy. Now this could be you moving into Nine of Pentacle energy, or working towards that, as we saw in the clarifiers for the star card. I'll give you that's certainly true, but the major message I got was this could be somebody who's younger, certainly in numbers of lifetimes they've lived in this incarnation, who you've said goodbye to. They're trying to come back and absorb some of that star energy, absorb some of that Empress energy, because they know you're moving towards a Nine of Pentacles, already currently in the Nine of Wands energy. This could be a former student of yours, this could be a child of yours. Pentacles, I feel, are kind of a combination of all the elements. So I'm really getting here with this individual out in nature, in a yogic stance, holding the Ace of Pentacles, really wanting to learn from you. But unfortunately, you said goodbye to this person for a reason. This could be your own child, and maybe going off to college, and maybe you intuitively feel and know that they, at this point, they have been coddled, they have been supported monetarily and spiritually, energetically by you for long enough. And there's a lot of fear and anxiety that they're exhibiting, and trying to keep you from cutting that particular energetic cord. It's got to be done. You know it. They know it. But just expect more work at distancing yourself from the energy. Now, the other timeline that I got, the other energy is maybe not somebody who's a child of yours, but somebody who wants to learn from you, but they had their chance when you first met them and got to know them. This could be a coworker, a friend, somebody you met, out in the public. Somebody who came to you as a student. But when they did, well, first of all, they came to you because you give off the star energy and Empress energy. And in the recent past, with this moon energy, I'm picking up that you are a student of the occult. You know moon energy. You have a very close relationship to moon energy. And also with it being in a full moon in Leo right now, and you being in star energy, which is a healing energy of Aquarius, Leo, which is what the sign of the moon, the full moon is in right now, is the opposite of the sign of Aquarius. It rules the fifth house. It's masculine fire energy, fixed fire energy of the sun. And again, it's opposite Aquarius energy of star sun energy. You are incredibly balanced between your 11th and 5th houses. So what I was picking up, and why I mentioned occult energy, because you sitting in this moon energy, working with moon energy, probably living by moon cycles, and very, very intuitive that way, drew in a narcissist, masculine air energy, who came to you as in the guise of a student, in the guise of a page of pentacles, but having lived a majority of their life before meeting you in masculine air energy of Aquarius, where you are major arcana, star energy of Aquarius. Or this could be male or female who lives in masculine air energy, King of Swords energy, rather than Queen of Swords energy. And without totally bashing them by calling them a narcissist, I have to say that everybody has narcissistic qualities in them. Some people more than others, especially if we were raised by a caretaker who was themselves a narcissist. In your situation, fam, I'm seeing that this student, this neophyte, coming to you in the guise of wanting to learn from you, is secretly, somebody who actually is very gifted, and could have learned a lot from you had they took the initiative to stay in Page of Pentacles energy. But they presented enough of their true empathic side, here represented by the owl and the bat and the raven, but truly were more narcissistic than they were empathic, or in other words, their psychic abilities, which they do have, their empathic abilities, which they do have, lies dormant or undeveloped, and hence the Page of Pentacle energy that they presented themselves with. But this is somebody who's gone through a lot of narcissistic wounding and is yet still in King of Swords energy, my narcissist card. So that was in the recent past. I think you're aware of this, and this reading is meant to make you aware if you're feeling this energy, or there is a relationship in your life where this message resonates for you. In the near future, or now that you know this, you go from, in the distant past, being in moon energy, star energy, and then in the recent past, this King of Swords, this narcissistic, wounded individual came into your life, and you decided to give them all that you could spare to give them for free, but it wasn't enough for them. And the message for you, collective, is that you need to take that moon energy, take that star energy, and hop into the chariot energy here in the near future. This is Cancerian. So look to where Cancer rules what part of your chart, what planets might be in there. But this is my card of really, really moving fast and with great strength in the chariot, and very balanced here with the black horse and the white horse. We got the sun in the background. You're sitting on top. This individual looks like the Hierophant. So you are definitely moving forward with spirit, and allowing your heart, your emotions, which are incredibly strong and, as I said, balanced right now, lead you to where spirit wants to take you, or you're driving the chariot to where you know intuitively and where your heart truly wants to go. So that's in the near future. Along with this Page of Pentacles, it's like all the energy that you put into this Page of Pentacles, who came into your life and turned out to be someone that you had to cut away because of their narcissistic wounding, or because if a child, they've reached a point where they can no longer subsist on your Empress energy, because you now need that to start manifesting things for your own life now that they've grown up and become an adult. Where the chariot, it's like you're now the Page of Pentacles in the chariot, and what you're receiving is not only great judgment for yourself to use, but as a result of this action, you're literally like the planet Pluto, which, yes, is about judgment and destruction because it rules the sign of Scorpio, but it's also incredibly gifted when it comes to knowledge and higher functions of the mind. To kill off one's ego, it takes a lot of cognitive flexing, functioning, and fortitude in that process. And you have that. Look to where Pluto is in your zodiacal chart and in what house. As you may or may not know, the United States, for example, is going through a Pluto return, meaning Pluto takes 248 years to orbit once around the sun, our solar sun, and it is now sitting in the heavens at the spot where it was when our nation was founded. This means, just like a Saturn return that everybody goes through between the ages of 28 and 30, roughly, first Saturn return is about learning lessons needed for the remainder of your right before you enter, in my opinion, adulthood. Providing you lessons of structure and responsibility according to your zodiacal chart, which points to your path or your destiny in life. Those of us who had a successful Saturn return learn lessons, and we have to cut out a lot of things that maybe we generated energetically in our 20s. Partying and lack of responsibility, but incorporating those lessons of entering the workforce, finding a job that we're happy with, completing our education. All that happens in Saturn return. What happens in a Pluto return is more of a complete death to ideas of ways of life, of coupling, of relationships, of cognitive functioning, again, ideas. These are dogmas and ideologies that are dying away. Plus, Pluto represents Hades. So it's, is it Orpheus who descends to, or is it Persephone or Eurydice? I can't remember, but I should look up the mythology there. But it's about a trip to the underworld, to really look at the death process and compare it to what is happening in the living world. So you are literally embodying this energy. And as with any death, with Plutonian energy, there must be a rebirth. It does rule Scorpio. And think fiery phoenix. Pluto represents the descent or the death process. And because Scorpio is also ruled by Mars, that Mars energy, that fire energy, that masculine energy is the fire that the phoenix use in that death process and rebirth process. So there's a death to mental cognition and functioning, as well as, again, it's a death to dogma and ideologies, death to religious sentiments, and a death to the emotional and thought processes that would draw in these narcissists, would draw in these people who wanted healing from you. And I'm reading this very strongly as a rebirth of your own, specifically because we have the Nine of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles to clarify the star card. Pluto is the 9th planet, so we have lots of synchronicity here. You are feeling and exuding Four of Wands energy. This is Aries energy, Mars energy. Again, think fiery phoenix. 4 is a number of foundations. 4th house is Cancerian. We have the Chariot card up here. And it's a time for celebration because you have incredible judgment at this time. And you're able to look back, and certainly when this message resonates for you, you'll be able to let go any last vestiges of this narcissistic Page of Pentacles energy, who is I just heard enticed, but it's much stronger than that for some of you. Yeah, your energy is enticing. Star energy is enticing. So is the Empress energy. But it's those people who have a stronger narcissistic wounding, who mistakenly look at you, and this envy and sometimes even hate comes up. It's more of a love-hate energy that they don't understand. And even if you explain it to them, they'll still, because it's been so ingrained, they've lived with it for so long, they just don't want to change their beliefs on the matter. So I foresee some of them coming back to you with Page of Pentacle energy to offer up an apology, maybe explain what happened. But then I see many of them still in this King of Swords energy, kind of hating from afar or lurking from afar with that swords energy. You see him on top of this mountaintop, and using their intuitive abilities here with the raven and the bat and the owl to continue observing you from a distance. So if you feel their energy, that's what it is. I think they've been so wounded and need so much time to sit in this judgment energy that you have, you put your foot down and said, hey, no more of this, or there's no more giving to you in the way that you are demanding it to be given to you, and certainly as much as you're demanding to be given to you in the way that you're asking for it. No, you don't have any energy because it's zapping your Empress energy, your abundance from you, and literally keeping you, some of you, from walking in, keeping you in the Nine of Wands energy, and keeping you from moving into Nine of Pentacles energy, which again, Pentacles I see as a combination of all the elements. So you're in Nine of Wands, you're feeling this, you're giving this off, and I thought it interesting that the Queen of Wands energy is what's giving you a bit of anxiety. And then looking at the situation and going over what I'm seeing and feeling, it's I think you're confusing this Queen of Wands energy that you're afraid to step in. I mean, it would be very natural to go from, while in the Chariot, Page of Pentacles energy, you moved into and Pluto energy, you moved into Four of Wands energy. It should be a time for you to celebrate this letting go of these energies who are trying to remain attached to you, and easily step in the Queen of Wands to start manifesting some things with the Empress, because Queen of Wands is a spiritual warrior, and here in this deck, obviously she is magical, but it's in the part of the reading that is giving you some anxiety. I think because there's been this narcissistic wounding that maybe you even have a little bit, or this King of Swords energy is projecting onto you energy that of a Queen of Wands in reverse, and because of that, which is total projection. See this King of Swords, this narcissistic, and this could be a man or a woman, young or old, it doesn't matter. I'm just talking about this person who is in your life that is still trying to hang on and lurking from afar. They're using Queen of Wands or King of Wands energy. They're using magic. They're casting spells. And if not them, I just heard alone, they might have a partner that they never told you about, who is also, because they did a lot of triangulation with their partner or former partner, and triangulation is a tactic of the narcissist, or any sort of gang stalking. How it goes is it's very simple. The narcissist or the person casting doing the spell work or the glamour work will find, in this case, I think it's a lover or an ex-lover, or it could be family and friends who observe a change in this King of Swords because you have left them alone. They start talking about you to them and painting an unclear and well, the wrong picture of who you are, and certainly of the relationship you had with this King of Swords. So it's projection on the part of this narcissist or this narcissistic energy that is making you a little bit anxious about stepping into and using your divine gifts of manifestation and literal magic. Projection because they're continuing to do spell work and magic of their own. And you're feeling that, and you're taking it on, and you feel that as being a darker energy, an untrue energy, and you're right, but it's not your own. So have no fear of stepping in to your own Queen of Wands energy, because you are a spiritual warrior, badass, and also it's the energy that is going to drive and fuel your sacral chakra. In part, you already have the moon energy and Empress energy and the Chariot energy in your sacral. So this is going to be a nice balance of masculine fire energy with your natural, creative, spiritual, feminine energy. So don't fear that. Now is the time to really use that and only use it on yourself to manifest. The end result, should you take this advice, is the Fool card. This is Uranus, which rules the sign of Aquarius, and it is Pluto. Both incredibly smart, both simultaneously able to, it's like killing off any or judging any darker energies that come into your life in the future. Because it's the Fool energy, it's faith, it's trust that you have built up in yourself from Nine of Wands energy, from narcissistic wounding by these outsiders who have a lot more learning and healing to do that they can only do themselves. The notion that you can, even though you are star energy and Empress energy, change someone is a false belief. You can't. You can only show them a way, which is more star energy. It's like, I've done this for myself. I've healed myself, and you, and what me, star energy, being naked before you, using cleansing waters. This is why Aquarius is called the water bearer. It's a mixture of feminine water energy that is pure and cleansing of really toxic emotions that live within the body, mixed with this very clean, clear air of Aquarius. And as we know, we're moving from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, and this is why the star, or the water bearer, is so called. And I just heard, and this is a little bit wild, that where Yeshua was the ascended master of the age of Pisces, or Jesus, as most of them, they know them, Yeshua represented the way of the age of Pisces, of how to heal oneself, how to be how to be a star in the age of Pisces. Yeshua was the embodiment of that. In the age of Aquarius, our next big ascended master is literally the water bearer. the star card, star energy, where it's you do it yourself, and then you show people the way. And we do it with cleansing waters of emotion, replacing clean, clear, fresh waters, which we're mostly comprised of. We're replacing the dirty, toxic, deadly waters of the age of Pisces. And then we're adding clean, clear truth, clarity, justice, knowledge, insight of air energy, and replacing the deadly, narcissistic air energy of the King of Swords, or the Queen of Swords in reverse. Take it as it resonates. All right, so I asked for clarifiers for the star card. I got 9 of Wands and 9 of Pentacles, and I think the message was, it's time to move out, or learn the lessons, or use the lessons of the 9 of Wands energy, because it is really strong spiritual fire to start manifesting in your life. And don't treat the Empress energy, which is in the challenge position, and don't fear stepping into your own Queen of Wands energy, moving from the 9 of Wands. That's where you're being asked to go, and there's a little bit of trepidation on your part to move into Queen of Wands energy, because as soon as you do, it will mean 2 things. You've stepped away from these relationships that are holding you back, and you will begin to manifest a 9 of Pentacles. You'll immediately begin to feel abundance, and because of that, being the star, you're going to, and the Empress energy, you'll start pulling that into your 3D world. Can I get some words of advice for the challenge of the Empress? Although I think I perfectly explained it. 6 of Pentacles. So it's about giving and only stepping into. The Empress card is clarified by the 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles can be a card of exploitation, but here in this Lightseer's Tarot deck, there is a give and take with the self, and in particular, this hand that my finger is touching now is your higher self, or you can look at it or feel its energy as being coming from your Creator. You are, yes, they're filling your hand here down on earth with pentacles, but see the 8? Do you see the figure 8, or the symbol of infinity there? This is a give and take. You're working with your higher self. If not, it is you stepping into and being very aware of any new relationships that come into your life. You must judge them, and you'll have the intuition and the psychic abilities to do so. You must judge them right away as if they're not giving as much as you're getting, cut them off. They need to go. That's the message in clarifying the Empress energy, which is your challenge position. It was a challenge because in the formal or your current Empress energy, you give too much, and moving forward, put your foot down and trust with Fool energy that the message is only you have to receive, maybe not as much as you give, especially if somebody comes to you and is very open and honest about creating a contract between the two where they're going to be a student because you're the star. You've gone through this and you're going to show them the way. That's fine. That's I think an even give and take. They bet you should charge for your services, most definitely. But the message here being give or receive as much as you give. All right, I have a clarifier for Page of Pentacles. Oof. Strength card, which is my ego card, Knight of Swords, Two of Wands, Seven of Wands. I'm going to split these up. Yeah, this Page of Pentacles, the negative side. The one who's having a hard time walking away is still in their ego. It's about ego, and they're going to communicate with you, or will continue to chase after you. That's for some of you. Take only what resonates. And for others of you, if they don't approach you or come correct, they're going to watch you from afar and kind of steal your spiritual energy. You're sitting strong in Seven of Wands, so you're spiritually protected, and you, being the star that you are, you'll be able to, and Queen of Wands energy, you'll be able to heal yourself from these attacks that are coming from a distance. But this is just a notice that, if you feel anyone tugging on your sacral or your solar plexus or even your root chakra, that's what it is. It'll be from a distance, so you'll be able to, I just hear, work out, get in your body, do your meditations, do your mantras, all that stuff, and then you won't even feel it. But yeah, if you don't, if you skip that, you'll enter an energetic day or two where you're more susceptible to feeling that energy. Just know that that's where it's coming from. Nothing to be worried about, really. All right, let's can we get more information, messages about the Moon card? Spirit knows where my mind is going. Ace of Wands. So yeah, your intuition is on fire. And the moon, full moon, being in the sign of Leo, can I get some more? Okay, I'm hearing it's just a nice balance, this full moon in Leo, because it's feminine and masculine. It's fourth house and fifth house that we're getting. So you in the star energy will be able to discern, what's masculine, what's feminine. There's a nice balance. But for people who aren't as balanced or are in this masculine energy, we know incident reports skyrocket during full moons, car accidents and the like, road rage, and just bar fights and all that shit. It goes up. People drink more because there's the water of the moon, plus the fire of the ego drives them to get drunk more often, yada, yada, yada. So that's what the message is coming with this moon energy. And you being so highly intuitive, you'll probably feel it. One more message about the moon card. Okay, two more. Okay, what fell out on top of it was the Tower and the Hanged Man. So, this full moon in Leo is bringing the Tower to a lot of people. And you're going to feel it in Hanged Man energy, meaning you'll get enlightenment from watching. From a distance, people go through Tower moments because they just can't handle the energy. So just know that. And let me get some kind of a clarifier for this King of Swords, narcissist energy, this masculine energy, watching from afar. I used to see the look on his face too, that's looking towards the Empress and the Six of Pentacles now and the Star. It's whatever. Yeah, Three of Swords. And Five of Swords. Okay, enough said. Five of Swords with Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, this Knight of Cups underneath the Three of Swords first came out. Guys, stay away from this person. And if they do approach you, it's only going to be a Knight of Cups. We saw the Knight of Swords out here, along with the Strength card, which is ego. No. This is their mental state right now. Five of Swords with Two of Swords in reverse. Five of Swords is, just mental, internal conflict. Trying to suss out everything that's going on in their mental energy, in their head, but they're at Two of Swords in reverse. They can't even make a decision or practice any sort of discernment within their own head right now. Just send them love and healing thoughts. They will get over it. They will get through it if they choose, but I'm also picking up for some of you, this person right now is somewhat dangerous. Certainly, if they do approach you with Knight of Cups energy, I would, just focus on yourself. You'll let them down or tell them, send them away respectfully, gracefully, but most certainly don't take them back at this point right now. They have a lot of work to do, a lot of healing to do, and they appear to be dangerous. Some of them are just straight up dangerous. So that's take only what resonates. If any of these messages cause a lot of fear or anxiety with you, the message is probably not for you, and certainly just click off and come back to the reading at a later time. If any of these messages distance you from God, from your higher self, definitely click off and come back to it at a later time. All right, so can you give us some messages for the Chariot energy? Spirit, for the Chariot, clarify the Chariot. The Chariot. Seven of Swords, Nine of Cups, Queen of Swords. Yeah, the Chariot, which is Cancerian energy. It's crimes of passion, statistically, are committed by Cancer sons, or significant Cancer placements, where like serial killers are mostly the mutable signs. You can't make this shit up. And given what I've said about this Five of Swords, Two of Swords in reverse, Three of Swords, and the Knight of Cups, stay in your Chariot, which is moving you away from this type of energy, because this type of energy is here represented by the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Cups. Somebody who probably has addiction issues. This is Piscean energy, drinks too much, and Aquarius energy. This is the moon in the sign of Aquarius. Very deceptive, thinks they know it all, and may have been mentally strong with all these swords at one time in their life, but they could only subsist on people anymore by stealing other people's gifts and trying to incorporate them into their own life, into their own strength, while at the same time trying to heal addictions, or overindulging in anything, whether it be food or this kind of activity. It's leading them to a bad place. They are in a bad place, obviously, with all these swords over the King of Swords energy. This is you, Queen of Swords energy. You're strong, you've got insight, you're high above the fray, in true, strong Aquarius energy, or Libra or Gemini energy. These cards define the Chariot. This is why you're in the Chariot, moving away from this Seven of Swords, Nine of Cups energy, and staying strong with the Queen of Swords. So now you have the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords out on the table. All right, please clarify Judgment card. Judgment card, please. Clarify Judgment card. Oh, yeah, I get 2 clarifications, or do you want me to hear? Okay, all right, cool. I got 2 cards for the Four of Wands. These 3 cards clarify Judgment, and in part these two too, but we'll talk to them. 3 of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. This is about building a family or rebuilding a family, stepping away into this Chariot energy and moving off with your Queen of Swords. You'll have the insight, and you'll have had this experience knowing exactly who you want to invite into your life anymore, and you will build with them. I see this is also calling in a true soul tribe, soul family, that you will use as a resource, someone to lean on, and someone to build with, and they will lean on you equally, and it's very creative energy. Here coupled with the 7 of Pentacles, so a total of 10 Pentacles here. Come on, you can't make this up. This is planting seeds along with this new soul tribe, and these new members in your life, whether they're family, friends, co-workers, and really planting seeds for the future, having let go of your old self that would have welcomed anyone to work with. That is no longer the case. You're only working with 6 of Pentacles people who are showing equal give and take in your life, and together, or even separate. You can do this on your own, but you're not in any rush to allow just anyone into your energy anymore, and that's the word from Spirit. Do not. If you're not open to building with or collaborating with anyone at this time, that's fine. You got 7 Pentacles to work with. There's plenty in your own abundance where you can start working on yourself, and then that will probably inspire people to come in and say, hey, I really like what you're doing. Can I work with you? I have this idea that I think is really complementary. Let's work together. Because you're saying goodbye to your old egoic self who would, again, accept anyone in there. This is Gemini energy. This is a finality of mental processes. So not only is it death to the old way of thinking, but it's a start of a completely new way of thinking, which I think it being, or clarifying the planet Pluto, this again brings a lot of freaking smarts, like genius level smarts. That's what Pluto represents. In addition to death, right? Okay, so 4 of Wands are clarified by the Wheel of Fortune and the 8 of Pentacles. So we go from 7 of Pentacles here to 8 of Pentacles, should you choose to work alone for a while. Karma's on your side. You have no karma to pay. And from here on out, here's the message. If you reach back and answer a call from the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Cups, or even this Page of Pentacles, if you get too attached, or reattached, I should say, you're going to take on their karma. And And so the advice here is to just concentrate on your own pentacles. Concentrate on your work here. And she's sitting at her desk at her workshop, very, very skilled already, because you have the foundations of the Three of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles preceding it. This is going to bring you success with Four of Wands energy. And I just hear, some of you will quickly, if you drop these past energies, you will quickly earn that promotion at work. Because people are seeing you, that you're karma free, right? You're not holding any baggage or anyone's baggage, but your own. And it's a nice coach, with a Chariot card or Louis Vuitton, whatever your take is on a really nice bag. That's where you're going to start building pentacles in. All right. Queen of Wands. Please clarify Queen of Wands, which was in that challenge anxiety position. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, you can't make this up. Thank you, Spirit. You've got Gemini energy with a magician who has all of the four elements out on their table, and with their mind can manifest visions of the future, cast spells that are for your benefit, but don't hurt anyone else because it's just involving the four elements. And with Capricorn energy, Knight of Pentacles, or any Earth energy, Virgo or Taurus. I mean, we're the Earth signs are the hardest working, period. Just take it slow and steady. There's no need to rush this process, especially when you're throwing or casting spells with Queen of Wands energy along with the Magician, right? And also Page of Wands. This is like your inner child. Go for what you had to drop because you took on other people's energy, and really concentrate on, ask your inner child what he or she wants, and start working towards that, because there's the new life with this Judgment card. And again, if you drop these energies of other people and don't allow them to reattach and take on their karma, it's just you and your inner child, and that's beautiful. All right, last but not least, can I get some clarification for the Fool card? Final messages for my lovely collective. Fool card, final message. Can I get some final messages for the Fool card? Okay, nice. All right, the Fool card is clarified by the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, as I just mentioned, going after the bag. So now we have how many queens out here? We have the Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, and the Empress. Yeah. Enough said on that. You are going to be chasing your bag. You are also going to maintain your body. And again, Pentacles represent all the elements. So you've got Magician energy out here in manifesting through the elements, things in the external. But with Queen of Pentacles, it's also giving to oneself. So make sure you're getting enough exercise, eating correctly, and that will also generate enough energy to replace this narcissistic energy that was really tapping into your sacral chakra and your solar plexus and your root chakra, because root chakra is earth energy. So remain grounded, get out in nature, and just be the beautiful Queen of Pentacles that you are. Further clarified by Six of Cups. This is unconditional love. I foresee in this Fool energy, as long as you give to yourself the unconditional love that you once gave to, these narcissists, you are going to continue to build the trust that you have within yourself, further fortifying your own being grounded, yourself being grounded. And, Six of Cups is Scorpionic energy. Taurus, for example, here represented by the Queen of Pentacles, is the opposite sign. It's the shadow sign of Scorpio. And I also see, let's say you're Taurus rising. You have Scorpio on your descendant. And a lot of people I don't hear people talk about this, but I'm going to tell you, that Scorpionic energy on your descendant, whatever's on your descendant, from your rising sign, is sort of energy that you have in your back pocket that a lot of people don't tap into. And in the case of a Taurus rising, most likely it's going to rule your 7th house of relationships, Libra energy. So I foresee not only are you going to have trust and loyalty in your new relationships, they're going to be very passionate and a bit unorthodox. No, they're just going to be, they can be intensely passionate. Well, no, unorthodox and a little unique, I should say, because it's clarified here by the Fool energy. So that's the planet Uranus. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by how sexy and hot the sex is, and how unique, and although maybe wildly different from you, there's going to be some simpatico. There's going to be something that you can build together that maybe once you couldn't trust or feel or understand as unconditional love, if that makes any sense. Whereas before, in these narcissistic relationships, you were giving unconditional love. It's going to be quite a surprise once you turn your back to these old relationships and give that same unconditional love. Well, this time it's seasoned unconditional love. Okay, all right, and become. You're gonna change and become adaptable to couplings that once scared you because they were just so far-fetched or different. Certainly different than the narcissist you were giving to, if that makes any sense. And I'm just hearing for some of you, you're going to leave your codependent or dependent relationships behind, and you're going to walk into people who are like more like you, adaptable and changeable, and who have been through some similar lessons. So there's no chance that their karma is going to you're going to take on their bad karma when both of you have learned similar lessons, complementary lessons. And the one shared lesson that you have between you is being able to adapt and give unconditionally to the other without fear. And with great pride too, a healthy pride, where you're going to feel really safe and secure. And even I'm hearing, this is awesome, even if it doesn't work out, it's like you guys are going to be going on lots of different dates and meeting lots of different fascinating people who might become friends. The friendship or the romance will turn platonic, but it's not going to turn deadly, and you're not going to create any stalkers or gang stalkers or people defaming your character or putting spell work on you because you walked away from them. No, it's like you're truly going to start building lifelong. It's like, some people are their major relationships come later in life, just like their final position in the world comes later in life, in whatever they choose to do. All right, I'm going to leave it at that. This is a great reading. Thank you for the clarifier, Spirit. Bottom of the deck, we have Page of Cups and the Lovers, 10 of Wands, and the Hermit. 6 of Wands, the Sun. I think this is you, fam. Page of Cups. This is you with the Ace of Cups and kind of thinking outside the box, really going for your dreams. What those things that you once thought could never happen, like pigs flying, are truly not only an inspiration, but it's almost like you're feeling and thinking, well, why the fuck not? Let's see if we can. And I foresee not only self-love coming into your future, but a romantic, lifelong partner, whether it's romantic or a lot of new relationships who independently have found the self-love needed to form long-lasting, beautiful friendships with others. All right, I'll leave it at that. I'll thank you for your time. I'll thank you in advance for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. Thank you for returning, my lovely subscribers, my collective. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find all the information in the description box, as well as ways to purchase my services through entpgathering.com. Also, I'd appreciate just hit that bell so that you can get all of my varied readings coming to you in the next week. Now that I've cut out these past relationships, I am really going to focus on continuing messages like these to you, collective, for chosen ones, for earth angels, yes. I've also branched off into really big picture psychic readings for society rather than individuals. We'll still do those as well. You can check out one that I posted yesterday, entitled my first psychic investigation, number 1, Ozark of the Western States. Check that out. I'll have more of those types of readings. In addition, just today, I released a reading entitled Why You Should Take the MBTI and Know Your Cognitive Functions. Check that out. It was an ENTP specific reading, but it contains everything you need to know if you're coming from the MBTI community to know about how I use the MBTI assessment and how I understand and know the Enneagram. And most likely, if you're an MBTI community member, you've been typed through the shitty instrument from 16 Personalities, where it probably gave you your correct type, but it's a far cry from what you're going to get if you actually take the MBTI assessment. Because the way I use it, I combine it with your astrological chart and your sacred numerology and your attachment style, and we get together and I explain the chart, I unpack it for you, and also give you an introduction of being able to connect all these seemingly disparate typing services or typology systems and see that it's all based off astrology. So until next time, fam, I thank you, I thank you, I thank you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Namaste.